Hey, IDS 302. Welcome to Module 3, Video 1. Thanks for coming by. It's Sunday morning, 11 something here. And I want to get going right away because I think I've learned a lot in the last few days, and I'll explain that a little bit. Um, do me a favor and make sure when you send me your video, if you could put like 3.1, 3.2, etc. in there, subject or right in the top of it. I don't care. That'd be great. It just would help me out to organize. If you can't tell by now, you know I like to respond quickly and get scores up to date quickly. So please, if you can do that, it helps me, especially when I go back to look at something, right? Again, oh, pro tip, when you email me, when you email anybody at any kind of a business or professional level, an academic level, organizational level, I would stay away from hey, okay? Now, I don't want to get all persnickety because, I get obsessed about these things, but I am a teacher too, an instructor, and somebody's got a lot of life experience. And I don't get mad or anything. But it's just not a good way to get started when somebody says hey to me, hey, and I know that I exude this informal, gregarious, approachable, which is fine. I'm glad I do. Um, but I just soon not go with hey. All right, so this is the pro tip to follow in your journey. Um, Make sure the I know I totally botched the research topic thing. I admit it. I apologize. Again, I started this course last year at this time for session C course, and I've evolved it to this, and I'm going to make that better for the next people. It doesn't help you, but I am aware of that. I need to put that sample in and express exactly what I need you to do, because it's just a one-page brief thing, and nothing to it really, except to know that this is your topic. The other most important point, and I should have stopped beating around the bush and get right to it, you need to include the question. You know, I see that car a lot, and frankly, it's just the coolest guy around. Maybe you didn't hear that, but so the question: what are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank, comma, revealed in a survey of random adults? Question mark. This is the overarching question for everyone. I give it to every single student. Your job is to fill in the blank, okay? Not to fill in the blank with a lot of verbiage, but kind of keep it concise. What are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank, regarding CBD products? By the way, don't stay out of the industry. I screwed that one up. CBD products, regarding uh, current political culture, regarding Black Lives Matter, regarding alternative medicine, regarding, etc., comma, revealed in a survey of random adults. Okay, why is that question set up that way? I'm going to explain that to you. Okay, when I say what are some of the, instead of what are the, I'm letting you know that you're not going to find them all. You're telling everyone you're not going to find them all. If I said, what are the opinions, experiences, perceptions, I'm claiming to find them all, right? I know it's a little thing, but this is where I'm trying to have you be precise. When you say, what are some of the, then you are saying that, you're just going to present, contribute. What are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences? That's kind of like a threesome that covers our bases here, okay? Regarding blank. This is where you're going here. Now, doesn't have to be specific. This is not a overall specific research question as much as it is a question that reminds you where you're going. So regarding blank, you're going to fill in the blank, and then you're going to say comma. Now, you could end it there. What are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding alternative medicines? But then again, it's incomplete. What are the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding alternative medicines revealed in a conversation with a medical professional? But you're not going to use any of those. But you see what I'm getting at? Revealed in users, revealed in consumers, revealed in business people. You're doing it revealed in a survey of random adults. Keeps you on track to where the data is going to come from. Okay. Yes, it could be the title of your entire paper, and that would be fabulous. We'll talk about that at step 5. But the reason that I'm doing this is, what are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank revealed in a survey of random adults? That shows you where you're going. So as you progress through these steps, you're going to remember that you're going to do a survey. So when you're looking at alternative medicines, you're going to start looking for previous research that resonates with random adults, with that studied maybe random adults, or that studied something that is going to pertain to the survey as you go. So you're not going to study ingredients of alternative medicines as much as you might study regulations of alternative medicines. You might study the acceptance, legalities, things that the random adults on the other end will be able to answer questions about, quantitative questions. So that's basically multiple choice, choose all that apply, um, and scales of intensity. There are no open-ended questions. It's not like, tell me about yourself. Okay, and it's random adults. All right, so it's not ASU students. Right, it's not people 18 to 25. It's random adults. And we'll get to that as we go. But I want to explain why that question is so important. I want to apologize that I didn't make that clear enough. Because frankly, I'll be honest with you, if you send me that research topic and all you have is that question with your topic filled in, I'm going to say you're good to go, 30 points. So if you haven't done that yet, just do that for me. Okay, so especially this week, because this starts off our papers, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want to know where you're going. And I want to know that you know that that question is your overarching question and it informs where you're going. So do that for me, please. All right. Let's keep going. And all right, make sure your names are on your paper. Yes, I like a running header with just your name. That's fine. And in this, as we move along now, you can put your name, step 1. It's fine. Name, step 2. It's fine. Okay, you're going to put it all together later, but that's good enough, right? So now we've gotten here, okay? We've crossed over into we've gotten rid of the preliminaries, and we're going to start working on the big stuff now. So this is going to be good. Let me go back and talk about the quiz that was done due on, oh, wait a second, I can't again because it's due today, right? Well, isn't that special? So the quiz was due today. I'm going to talk about it Wednesday then. Okay, so don't worry about that. We'll skip that part. I want to remind you that concentrations and disciplines are the same thing. For the purpose of this class, for the purpose of general academia, concentrations, disciplines, same thing. Yes, there are nuances in there. Some concentrations may not have made it up to the discipline level yet. But in this case, I'm using them interchangeably so that you understand you can use them interchangeably here and it shouldn't confuse you if I say one thing or the other. They're the same. You're getting a degree in the discipline of interdisciplinary studies. It's a field, a discipline. Okay? You have concentrations, 2 of them. Could be business, could be communication. Those are also disciplines, of course, but for the purpose of your IDS degree, we call them concentrations because your degree is not in business, your degree is not in communication, your degree is interdisciplinary studies with concentrations in business and communication. These are just formatted, structural type things that I want to clear up with you, okay? Why do I kick back for formatting? I'll get back into that later. Why does it matter? I'll get into that later. Okay, so I opened up my evaluations from session A, and I thought it was important that I mention a couple of them to you so that you know that I know. But I guess I want to say that there were a couple. Again, overall, I'm really pleased with my evaluations. And you know how it is. It's like any kind of business, they say. I mean, it's like you could have 50 people that love your business, love your product, love your service. But if one person complains, it just kind of throws everything off, right? Because that'll inform a lot of other ones. Oh, I got flying. That'll inform a lot of other people about dissatisfaction and could be something that changes the course outcome of your business. Okay, so while I am so pleased that I get a lot of positive feedback, some of the negative ones inform me in terms of, what could I do to improve here? I'm not going to improve when people just pat you on the back. I'm going to improve when people criticize me. So here's one. This is I've always I've been always relying on the academic schedule for completing a specific major. I have never really considered what I'm studying, why I'm studying it, or what is the background of what I'm studying. That's an interesting point. I know you sit in the program, you just cruise through and kind of like let them decide, but this person has become aware through this. Uh, I believe that interdisciplinary studies could be an excellent foundation for other disciplines, allowing them to be more aware of their surroundings during the employment and their personal lives with family, friends, and the community. Integration is not just a way of studying disciplines, but a way of combining all the elements in our lives. Very true. Those were from my 301. Now from the 302, that might resonate with you. Please consider not grading so critical with formatting and point deductions for personal dislikes when it comes to paper. I'm not sure what personal dislikes means, but I know what being critical for formatting is. I will continue to be that way, but I'm not punitive with it in terms of, I can't just let it go. Okay, I don't want you going on to this course and just cruising through with thinking that spelling is optional, grammar is optional, everything's optional. There's different venues, environments for appropriate, formatting, behavior, what have you, right? So if I am critical in a way that it's going to impact the grade, I'm going to let you fix it and resubmit it. Okay? I know that might be a pain, but it's fair. To me, it's fair. Yes, they used to call me Sergeant Firm but Fair back when I was working in law enforcement. Sergeant Firm but Fair. That was nice. That's what the inmates called me, actually. So I will be critical. I try to not be obsessive, but I'm critical enough just to let you tweak it. So you're not submitting a rough draft to me. Please don't do that, okay? Because if it's brutal, I'm just gonna not even look at it and give it a 0 because I don't want to write more than you wrote. Understand? But if you're making your best effort, you're submitting it, and there's some errors, I'm going to explain what those are. Everything in this class, by the way, in terms of formatting, is self-teachable. Nobody taught me how to do this. I mean, I was 52 when I first confronted these types of papers, and I went to Purdue OWL, and I learned myself. Every possible situation has an example in there that I can follow. So just so you know that, okay? Um, my 301 students probably been through that with our MAPS papers and et cetera, but I'm sure you'll all figure that out. So here's one. I believe that Professor Fair has good intentions with this course, but the layout needs some work. I do not believe the discussion board concerning the video Fair made is relevant to the course material and is overall a reach for students. Okay, you're going to be looking soon at the video that I made for my Masters of Interdisciplinary Studies as my capstone project. It's relevant in those terms as an academic project dealing with interdisciplinary studies, but I believe it's also relevant the way I explained and set up that now I've gotten overwhelming positive feedback on that exercise. And I think it's enjoyable and it's meant to be entertaining as well as instructional, maybe even inspiring. Okay, let's let the jury decide on that. But I am surprised. It's the first time I've ever seen this. Okay, all right. To make this class more effective would be to extend the course length. There's too much information to absorb in just one session A class. I would love to put more effort in the paper if I had more time. The class take okay, blah blah blah. That's not going to happen. Okay, unless it's an on-campus C session. But here's the rub. Okay, these 8-week classes are the same as a 16-week class. They're tended to be the same. They have to be. It's not like you're getting, you're paying for the kids meal, but you're getting credit. You're paying for the kids meal, but you're getting handed the full plate. No. So it doubles. So they say a 3-credit course should comprise about 130 hours of your life for that particular session. So if we do the math on that, and say it's a 100 let's go 128. I've heard that divided by 16 weeks in a full. That's 8 hours a week. 8 hours a week you got to put to your 3-hour class. It's closer to 9, I think they say, on a 3-hour 3-credit class, 9 hours a week. But what happens when you compress it in half? It doesn't stay 8 hours a week. It doubles. It doesn't stay 9 hours. It doubles 16 to 18 hours a week. So if you're not spending at least 15 hours a week on this course, then you're not going to be successful probably. And I know it's going to be a lot, but this is what you take on, and it should be clear to you. that because it's a half session class, half semester class, it's not half a class. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Um, Final paper is very challenging for students and doable. However, FAIR provides no rubric, no format, does not explain the paper well enough in the beginning for students to actually lay out their essay step by step. Well, again, I'm sorry, but this student should have got a hold of me because that's absurd. I give you a final paper to look at, I go through the steps, I tell it to you, and I want you to be sure you know where you're going, not just blindly leading you down a dark alley. I want to show you the destination. I think I'm doing that. Okay, I really enjoyed the class. And well, here, he also provides some sample papers, but states there are errors on the samples, therefore it is not correct to use. If the samples have errors, I wish you would correct them. Okay, I said, and I say this again, and this is where it's a miscommunication. The samples are not perfect. They're never perfect, but I put them as samples because they are samples. Okay? I am not going to correct them on a perfect paper because you're not going to copy it. Your content's going to be your content. But I'm showing you how it's set up. I'm showing you how it's formatted. I'm showing you things, okay? Don't just dwell on, oh, it's not perfect. There is no such thing, okay? I challenge every class to step up my examples even better, my samples, okay? And I've done that. Last semester, crushed it, okay? So, and I said that about my 301, and some of the students in this course have provided me with exceptional samples to use in the summer when I go back teaching 301. All right. Let's see. This comment was not written with ill intentions. I believe I'll get a good grade in this class and not have any disputes with FAIR, except spelling my name wrong. He is definitely one of the best professors I had at ASU, but I felt overwhelmed in this class. Yes, I know it, because it's not what you're used to. This class has a lot of academic rigor in it. Okay, I mentioned this in the beginning. It's not that tough of a class though. It's just if you are kind of pushing it aside and kind of half ignoring it and not really assimilating the material, if you're not watching, taking notes, if you're not reading this, taking notes, highlighting, if you're not putting the effort in, like I said, it takes 15, 18 hours a week, then of course it's going to overwhelm you. You're not staying on top of it, okay? Shorter Easter egg videos, or at least stay on topic if the video has to be so long. Some days I enjoyed your stories. Other times I just wanted to do my homework. Bingo. I know my videos will get longer. This is the last one I plan on doing over 20 minutes. I know that. I apologize for it. I know we haven't got the Easter egg one yet. So I'm going to do better with that, okay? Include more detailed instructions on Tanner's steps. I don't know how to do that. The Tanner steps are in the book. They're on the papers. I don't know. Have a clear outline for the Easter egg videos. They're sometimes chaotic, but that is also life. It's chaos. Yeah, it's true. All right, I know I go outside. I treat this as a living class, okay? And I know being online, sometimes you never speak to, or hear. I had an instructor in I think it was my undergrad. It was like a media class or something. Never saw her, never heard her voice. Rarely did she comment on anything, and it was media, okay? And frankly, I can stalk with the best of them. I tried to find her online. No chance. Doesn't even exist. So that was pretty bizarre. But this class, I try to keep it alive. I try to let you know that I know it's overwhelming. I know it's hard, but I'm not just leaving you hang. Okay. I want to help and I want to answer your questions. Okay. So that's the most important point, I think, of all this. All right. So I'm not going to do any more readings reviews. Okay. You got to do it yourself. This is about you reading. If you have questions about something you want me to talk about, send me an email, ask me the question. We can either do it one-on-one or we can do it over the class. But in the meantime, I know this takes a long time. The book is for you. I emphasize reading what's scheduled because it's so important. So important, okay? Okay, I'm accepting the requests and feedback now. I love to hear what you think now and not later. So if anybody has any feedback, and a lot of you give it to me as we go on, but give it to me now. Don't hold back and then wait till, this is end of module 2, starting 3. Don't wait till module 7's over and then put your evaluation. This guy really sucks. He doesn't explain anything to me. Well, why didn't you ask? Okay. So please ask, all right? Granted, some people aren't even watching the videos, so they don't know that. All right, so Easter egg number 1, contact instructor with any questions. Pretty simple, right? Easter egg number 1, contact instructor with any questions. I promise to be nice. I mean, worst case, it's what, tough love, but no, I want you to ask questions, okay? I'm going to include 2 links in this announcement. One of them is about It's from the conversation. I think I talked to you about that website before. And maybe you can take a look at this, but I'm going to include it. You probably can't read it because it's probably backwards, but I will tell you it's a hip hop professor looks to open doors with world's first peer-reviewed rap album. That's incredible. Peer-reviewed. I've been emphasizing that for so long. Peer-reviewed sources. When you look in the library later, you'll be able to, you can filter for peer-reviewed. All right. It's called legitimate academic this way, right? So I think that's an excellent link, and I'm going to include that. And then another one I have is Market Watch from MSN. The age of the silver stoners is nigh. Um, it's an interesting, even though we don't, I've had to take marijuana off the topic. They do get into CBD here, which is weird because I think any of you that are familiar with CBD, even me who's never used it, knows that CBD isn't something that gets you high. CBD is something to help you manage certain conditions, right? So, but I'm going to pass this along to people because some of you are doing alternative medicines and CBD, and there might be some research in here that helps. Remember, look at research. Look at it says new research published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease. Boom, that could help you, okay? Because especially it's new research, that's pretty cool. So I'm going to include this link, all right? So now let's move on to Easter egg number 2. Be aware of research in the real world. Okay, I know we're in the real world, but you know what I mean. Be aware of research in the real world. Easter egg number 2. Because it's all around us. You see it. It should help you to understand and be a better consumer of knowledge, to understand that it went through a peer-reviewed process, especially when it says that. Okay? Because all the peers aren't in it like in a conspiracy, but that's not something I want to get into. Anyways, okay, so Module 3, Chapters 5, Chapter 6. Read those, 19 pages altogether. You have an assignment called Pick One, okay, on a Word doc. Pick one. I want you to go through some of these items, and I want you to pick one and write about it. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? And then we have a quiz to the end of the week, but you can take it anytime. It's just 5 questions, 5 points each, multiple choice based on the IRB, the Institutional Review Board from Module 2, I think it was. You can look at that and be reminded of it. Do those 5 questions, maybe get it out of the way, get the pick one out of the way, okay, and get the readings out of the way. So then you can focus on step 1 paper, which is due on Sunday night, right? I'm going to go through that much more on Wednesday's video 2, because I want to really delve into where we're going now with Tanner's 5 steps and integration and your research. So in the meantime, think about, if you haven't gotten that research topic in with the question, just submit it, okay? You got this, all right? If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feedback, send it. Put it in Easter egg email, I don't care. Like I said, just put your Easter egg, put your like 3.1 Easter eggs on a list, and then boom, write what you want to write. I'd appreciate it. Okay. What can I do more of? What should I do less of? I'm very sensitive. Be careful. I'm just kidding. Okay. So, all right, everybody, that is it. I did 23 minutes. Okay. I hope this is better. I'm going to keep trying to improve my job, my work. Okay. So, forks up. Whoop. Easter egg number 3. Don't wait to ask. Don't wait to ask. Okay. Don't wait until, March and April and ask me now. I'll tell you now. Okay. So, because yes, do I want good evaluations? Who doesn't, right? Okay. Now, peace. Now, wait, no, wait. Peace? Forks up.